If you're feeling lost or lacking fulfillment, you're not alone. In fact, that's one of the most common complaints that I hear from clients. And part of the problem, I believe, arises from the fact that we've oftentimes been led to believe, either consciously or unconsciously, that the path to happiness and fulfillment sounds like this. Okay. Go to school, get good grades, graduate, find a good job, find somebody to settle down with, start a family, buy the house, get the promotion. And once you do all those things, well, then you'll be successful. And once you're successful, well, then you can be happy and fulfilled. Sound familiar? Right. The problem with that is, well, one, I've been there, okay? And I can tell you that that was not my experience. In fact, I checked all the boxes and I jumped through all the hoops and I did all of the things that society told us we should do in order to be happy and fulfilled. I owned my own business, which for many people is the American dream, right? Had the big house in the north end with the two cars in the garage and the pool in the backyard. And my stress was overwhelming. And my response to that was, I'm not proud to say, but I started drinking pretty heavily. Now, I hear this so oftentimes from clients where they achieve a certain level of material success or financial well-being, but there's still a part of them that feels like, is this all there is to it? I thought it would feel different, or I thought there's more, you know? And the truth is that joy and fulfillment are not a materialistic type thing. Joy and fulfillment is a mindset thing. And the truth is that our brains simply aren't designed to make us happy. In fact, your brain is actually a survival mechanism designed to keep you safe. And part of that stems from this idea that, our brains are constantly on the lookout for danger, problems, challenges, and what we don't have or what needs to be improved upon. Okay. And, at one point, this probably served a purpose from an evolutionary perspective in the sense that, your brain was constantly on high alert for threats, from animals hiding in the bushes, and, it's designed to help us survive. Okay. But the world that we live in today, that doesn't necessarily serve us. And truth be told, most people today suffer from what's known as a negativity bias. And the average person, about 80% of their thoughts are typically consumed with fear, doubt, lack, limitation, worry, stress, complaining, or criticizing either their circumstances and situation or themselves. And that negativity bias is essentially this idea that, we as human beings have a tendency to focus on and fixate on what isn't working or what we don't have and downplay or completely disregard what we do have and what is working well. And, I think is just as a human, our natural default setting is set to negative. But the good news is that with mindset training, you can actually train your brain, thanks to neuroplasticity, to be more positive and appreciative and grateful. And one of the simplest ways to do that is to start something like a gratitude practice. And a gratitude practice could be something as simple as writing down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for each and every day. Okay. And I would argue that we live in a time and place where, we're better off than 99.99999% of human beings that have ever existed throughout human history. Okay. We've got more access to opportunities and resources than just about ever before. Okay. But so oftentimes it's the things that are, most important are also the things that are easy to take for granted. Like your health, but even things like your electricity or indoor plumbing. Okay. And so a gratitude practice gives you an opportunity to start to take inventory of some of the things that are positive and going well and that you can appreciate throughout your day. And when I start a practice like this with people, they're usually pretty quick to come up with, the obvious ones. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my house, or I'm grateful for my job. Okay. But after that, you'll notice that they start to taper off a little bit. And the challenge here is to start to come up with new things every day. What you'll find is that as you go about your day, you'll start to think about and look for things that you can remember to write down in your gratitude journal later. And you'll go throughout your whole day thinking, wow, that's pretty cool. And this is interesting. And wow, I got to remember to be grateful for this later. And it starts to change your experience. Okay. But what you're really doing is you're rewiring and reprogramming your mind to be on the lookout and finding more and more things to be grateful for. It's a simple exercise, but I'll tell you, it's a powerful one. All right. There's a number of other mindset trainings and tools and mental reframes that we could get into here. But for the purposes of this call, I think a gratitude practice is a great way to find some joy, happiness, and fulfillment. And they oftentimes say that, it's not that happiness leads to joy, or sorry, gratitude. It's not that happiness leads to gratitude. It's that gratitude actually leads to happiness. And that's where I'd suggest we start. So good luck with this. If you start a gratitude practice, I'd certainly be interested to hear how it goes for you. Right on.